Today's day and time. This article I'm going to play is from the radio station talk show. We need to quit being fascinated, charmed, and or etc. by these individuals. You need to fascinate yourself, the person who you look in the mirror every day, constitutionally with constitutional restrictions, limitations, all that other stuff, friendship, and I'm friend with this person, the government, all this and that. The citizens have to unite. We have to get rid of these little organizations and communities because that's dividing and separating us. We need to get together as it is written on paper, Detroit citizen, Detroit residents, and we need to come together and forget about all this. I'm with that's I'm with this. Need to kill all these block clubs. If you want to have the little separated dividing, okay, we got District 1 through 9 or whatever. Okay, that's how they separated and divided us. But we all still Detroit residents. It gon' it needs to be done. I know what to do. I know what needs to be implemented. All this raising people on pedestals and all this and that. We need a facility where the citizens need to meet. That's number one. We need a facility where the citizens can vote, the citizens can meet, the citizens can discuss what corrupt governmental officials are doing illegally. It's saying it's legal and binding. Now this little election voting, we should have voted on the next city council member. Didn't we do that before? And when you know your government officials is privatized, brought and paid for, when you have a city address and you have it select people once again at your meetings. I can't recall because I don't watch this stuff live. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I watch it more than I have since I've been a little kid, watching cartoons and stuff. I've been watching it more this year, more than ever, but I still don't watch the commercial stuff. I watch the entertainment stuff, the educational stuff. National Geographic, I watch some little stuff. We'll get to the point. When your mayor of your city has a city of address, they are afraid to have citizens because his address will be disrupted. So what do? You just do your little press conference, city of address. Don't make it a big gala then. If you're going to have all city officials and your private public business owners, your people who backroad you, all in the facility, and went the most thing that people we need to think before you speak. And some people would say, well, he needed to take his own advice. Sometimes that applies, sometimes it don't. A perfect example, if y'all remember back in the days up there on Warren, between Evergreen and 20 Telegraph, it was a bar that said, no colors allowed. And this dude took his cell phone and did a video of it, put it on Facebook, everything, and the media picked it up. Now, as intelligent the media is, they should have said, this is a mistake. They talk about motorcycle, but they took it and ran. The ignorance of the city residents. That place is in a black neighborhood. That place been there for years. He wouldn't be able to survive with a sign like that. Colors only. Right there on Warren. That little restaurant, it was all in the media for what? 2-3 weeks. All on Facebook. I call my peoples and say, yo, man, you see that? They talking about motorcycles. No motorcycle colors. And the same thing about this mayor. See the address. Oh, it's at the old Reference Theater. Everybody was like, oh, that's past Telegraph. And certain people say, well, I don't know where it's at. Well, okay, I'm not going to say nothing about it. Because once again, you have been bamboozled to discredit and make the media in the world say them ignorant savages. You so persistent and so correct, thought it was in Redford. It was right there on Lasser and Telegraph. And let's hope I'm not incorrect. Well, they tore the Redford High School down. It used to be a whole bunch of stuff down there before I started going to Redford High School. I remember my brothers, everybody in the neighborhood, like, yeah, they got the good pies over there. The old elderly couple used to have a little pie shop, pizza. Everybody be over there buying that stuff. I ain't talking about no little cafe, whatever that little stuff over there is, that cafe and all that. Forget all that. But when your mayor have a selective attendance to do a press conference, so you get all the praises, and the whole media would get the ideal that the city of Detroit is on the rise. We being fucked over. When your city government keep on having selected private meetings and addresses and put it on the fucking national news, and they all cut off at the same time. You couldn't get it all. And all the audience and the people in there is clapping and praising, we have a fucking problem. And the citizens that pay these bitch niggas paycheck don't know what the fuck to do but rally, march, and protest. Don't know how to file court papers. These intelligent people in government has committed treason, governing as they please, and as much as the citizens bitch and cry, nothing is being done because they say, y'all don't even know what to do. You need to get the court system. We need to organize. We don't need to organize. We already organized. We are Detroit residents. We are United States citizens bounded by the U.S. federal Constitution. I'm sick of hearing all this. I'm doing the same thing what people doing, but I'm just doing my thing on my Facebook page. We need to get together. The minimum 51%. We have to have a facility, but it's not a facility big enough so we can gather, and the majority of us gather in one place. If these motherfuckers can take our tax dollars and build some shit for a business, private public business owner with the tax dollars, and have the savages, the ignorant citizens of that region, city, and or et cetera, if it applies, hire them to help build in their demise. What the fuck y'all thinking? Oh, I know y'all need a paycheck, but when that 4 years over with, you're going to be unemployed again. Didn't that happen already when they built another stadium? When they built all the other buildings? All of y'all was unemployed again. Let's get our tax dollars to build the citizens of facilities. No government officials allowed. No private, public, non-profit affiliates work on the behalf of the government allowed. Because if you come in without being invited, we're going to charge you with treason because the citizens is right there. And if you have 51%, it's legal and binding because when government and or settlers not operating legally, you have the right to form a militia. The military and form the military. I did all that. I done talked to people overseas. And here we is talking about snow not getting plowed. They did the well-to-do neighborhoods and left us. Some didn't get plowed. Last year, nobody got plowed when it was that big, heavy snowstorm. We have been disrespected once again, took our money as usual. But this time, instead of not doing nothing, they just went down the middle. And down there where the school at, they did it good on my block. Once again, you see cars with bumpers off. Once again, like last big snow emergency or the year before, whatever it was, and we still talking on the radio. We're still making our little meetings and rallies and all this and that. When y'all gonna realize that we already in the organization? Our community activists and community leaders are our tax-paid governmental servants. If we don't know how to hold them accountable, and we are not together, united as a city residents, not no this block club, this district, forget all that. Because that's where they divide and conquer us and they win every time. We need to get together. You already in the organization, Detroit citizen. Stop saying your shit stink. Stop saying the other person's shit stink. Stop saying your shit don't stink. Stop doing that. Get over it. All these community leaders, activists, they null and void. Null and void. The people supposed to be implementing constitutional actions, behaviors of tax-paid servant. If they don't do their job, we supposed to have the sense and knowledge to get them out of office. But when we go to court, the court system is what hangs us up. So you have to get together and get the court system in check, get them motherfuckers off the bench. All this illegal stuff going on and the courts and judges letting it go down, and you got the bailiffs right there co-signing it. When I was up in the courtroom, I'm talking to the bailiff like, yo, man, did you just see that illegal stuff go down with them and that and this and that? Why don't you go there and put the handcuffs on them? Man, ain't nothing we could do. You know, I need my job. Every time I go in the courtroom, I say something to the bailiff. It could be a subcontract bailiff, Wayne County bailiff, sheriff. I'm just standing there looking at it like, man, this is the sheriff, Wayne County sheriff. Bailiff standing up in here listening to this. I said, yo, man, you heard that? Man, no, man, let me go and play this audio recording. By the hip hop.
But you're paying this contractor millions of dollars. All right, thanks for calling the show and listening to the show. Thank you.
By the hip hop again, I done took it off.
Theater, it will be packed with supporters, guests. It's an invitation-only event. And he'll be talking about what he's accomplished thus far and what he plans to do moving forward. I remember what I promised you all. I promised at the top of the hour, we're going to go back to last week's edition of the Michigan Chronicle, where Banker Lee Thompson talked about some of what should be included in tonight's address. We're talking about grades. Where did you get the mayor? Tony, you're on the air.
Hey, Milton, how's it going?
Wonderfully well.
I'm a young man in the city, middle class, I assume. I give the mayor a beat. And I believe, good Lord! By the hip hop. Pause off.
AT&T.
Pause back on. Pause off.
It's 6:08 in the Motor City. The Charters weighing in about how they feel about their city. The mayor is getting ready in exactly 60 minutes. He's going live with the state of the city address. What grade would you give him? Kevin, we lost you, but we do need you to call back in. Alicia, you're on the air. What do you give the mayor?
A D is in dot.
In about 49 minutes,
Pause off.
the mayor of the city of Detroit will have his second annual State of the City address. Hi, G and Flint.
By the hip hop.
Bye-bye.
Pause off.
It's 6:12 in the Motor City. What do you think? What are you expecting? Sylvia, hi.
By the hip hop. Pause off.
568-1200 at 6:13. Are you excited? The mayor of the city of Detroit giving his State of the City address. Acha. Oh, boy. Let's sit down and take some notes here.
How you doing?
By the hip hop.
It's on the line. From the Black Studies Department. Alicia.
Pause off.
Alicia. That's okay. Alicia's been on. Tell her I get it. Same with Eric. Doris, you're on the Mildred Gaddis show. How are you? I'm good.
You know what?
I'm a hip hop. Pause off.
They say, well, that's good enough for them. It's not good enough for me when I'm paying the highest taxes almost in the United States. It's not good enough. We deserve better than this. I went out to West Bloomfield Saturday. That street was clean to the street. Not no white on there nowhere. You could actually see the black street. And here it is. We got 4 feet of snow still left after you're going to tell me a snow plow has gone through. That's absolutely ridiculous. And Jerry Brown makes me sick. This city council, I agree with that lady that called earlier. This is the worst city council. I've been in Detroit for 25 years. And Mildred, I'm telling you now, if I could leave tonight, I would. They wouldn't have to ask me out. I would walk out. Because this is the worst council we've ever had. Brenda Jones has really surprised me. And I feel I've wasted my vote voting for any of them. So you're passionate about your position. Absolutely. So what were you doing out in Bloomfield Hills, girl? Oh, you know I was out doing some shopping. You know that. I kind of had, that feeling. Yes, ma'am. You know, that's my passion. I love it. That's the only way I can halfway stay here and stay in my right mind. I understand it. These people are crazy, Mildred. What have we gotten into? Where did this group of people come from? Let me let you in on something. Black Americans, and listen to me clearly, do not finance political campaigns of their elected officials. And we had a sad and people, I don't care what they say, I don't care who it is. People respond to the people who finance their campaigns first. Every now and then, you will find an elected official who has the mindset, you know, you supported me and I appreciate it, but I've got to do what I believe is right, and I've got to stand on truth and principle. Exactly. But these people have been bought out. They've been given stuff, and they are not working for the average Detroiter. It's sad, and I feel so sorry for the elderly that have had to give up their money, give up their medical, because, you know, I've been through that medical situation. It's absolutely ridiculous when you see these people in here. How much is the medication? $200 and what dollars? You know, this is sad. These are our people that these other folks are hurting. And it's a sad situation. You know, when you think about the fact that you have senior citizens who played by the rules, who've done what they were supposed to do, and the rug has been pulled out from under them. They've got to go to the state for assistance. Their pensions have been hijacked in America. And you know what, the state don't want to help 60% of them. Because if you getting over $1,200 a month, they don't want to help you. And that's absolutely ridiculous. When these people, some of them still have mortgages that they have to pay. But they're taking these people money and act like they've done nothing. And it hurt me because I didn't see enough fight in the people. I did not see enough fight. And it makes me wonder when we going to say enough is enough. All right, Kel. Thanks for checking in, okay? Well, you know, there was a time when, I'm going to say that. Clyde, go ahead, you're on the air. Clyde.
Hello?
You're on the radio, dear.
Yeah, I just want to give him a F because whatever he's going to talk about, we know that he's going to try to hurt us and brainwash us, fascinated charmers. That's the bottom line. They're not here for the people. We are the bosses. And when the citizens realize we are the bosses and they are employees, I'm about to go to get a paralegal associate degree so I can do what I can do. I'm tired of asking people for assistance, and they say they're going to help you with all this, and you hear nothing from them. Or they say, well, you don't have enough evidence. I'm about to go and do that paralegal associate degree so I can know how to write my own papers and do whatever I need to do in court.
All right. Good. First of all, congratulations and wish the best to you. Last week, the cover story for the Michigan Chronicle, Banker Thompson wrote a piece, Mr. Mayor, alternative state of the city address. He said that the mayor would deliver his first day of the city address, and he said it should begin with, good evening, Detroit. The state of the city is in your hands. Bankruptcy is behind us, but we still have to deal with the lingering effects and the responsibility that bankruptcy left us, both in terms of the services we must deliver to you and the impact that the bankruptcy has on our retirees whose pensions were slashed as part of the grand bargain.
The state of the city is as good and strong as you want it to be. It is upon you that the character of this city is being tested tonight to never return to this low point in history that gave us bankruptcy. You know something? I had a phenomenal economist on from Georgia Tech out of Atlanta yesterday. And here's what the economist is saying. He says that, Detroit is research going to be a great place, yada, yada, yada. But before that, I was having a discussion with him about the state of America. And he said that we need to understand and realize that life is cyclic, which means that no matter what is done, Detroit will be back here again. Other American cities will be in this place again. And it will be a significant number of years. But it's the cycle of how you make things work. In order for a free enterprise capitalistic society to exist, it has to have its highs and its lows. What has really annoyed me is how Detroiters have adopted this self-hatred posture because of what other folks have said about them. What other folks have said. And in the scheme of things, and this is going to probably blow you away, when you look at what Kwame Kilpatrick was convicted for, and you take a look what's been happening over the last year.
Now, hello, folks. My baptismal name is Clyde Darnell Lynch, all rights reserved. I think I already said all that. Y'all know the routine. You know what I say. Today's date and time is February the 10th, 2015. Now, I'm going to hit rewind and see how far.
Now, I just cut that short. Now, today's dating time is 1:31 p.m., 12/18/2015. Now, some of these individuals that people worship and love, you may think their heart is in the right place, but some people are here to trick you, fascinate, charm you, and dysfunctionally program you to not see the trueness of what trickery and deceit and persona and propaganda and or etc. is really all about. And the trick is on us because the powers that be and or etc. are going to say, well, y'all voted on it. And they use the words of legalese in the word game to turn things around and say, well, that's legal and binding. They use the professional words of an attorney, which is legalese. Then they use you deceitfully and brainwash or dysfunctionally program us to say that a loophole is the true intent in the law. And if you look it up, that's not it. I was believing it all through my high school years. Then I finally looked the word up. Loopholes is to evade the true intent in the law. That's the true meaning of the word loophole, to evade the true intent in the law, and that's what's going on in the city of Detroit. That's what that second city of Detroit mayor address was all about. To make the world and the citizens that's unaware to believe that change is coming and is already here. The change is privatization, just like that RoboCop movie, like I said some years ago. RoboCop, OCP took over Detroit in the movie, in the Governor Snyder boys, his little private backers, is taking over Detroit, just like Chandler Park. They didn't adopt the park, they brought the park. Chandler Park has been sold by the Negro Board. Another Negro Board sold sold Chandler Park, and we have the terminology adopt the park. Spending $20 million, $10 million on the park, you didn't adopt it, you brought it. You have ownership over it. And that short-term ownership or that false adopt a park mentality or word game If you're going to put 20 million, 10 million in the park, you brought it. And they already brought it. And it was done by the Negro Board in the, what they say, ignorant citizens that stole the most magical place in the state of Michigan, which is Detroit City. Now let me hit pause.
What I said, or I give them an F, because all they're going to say is fascinate, charm, and hurt us. I'm about to go, the citizens are the bosses. They are the employees. The citizens must understand that we are the bosses. And that's why I'm about to go get our paralegal associate degree, so I know how to do the paperwork in the court system. And I got caught off on my cell phone. He wasn't lost call. They cut me off, but my minutes were still rolling. And then they finally killed me. Now I'm going to hit rewind and listen what they let air on the radio. But they know who I am. But I got cut off. I said we are being fascinated, charmed, hurted, brainwashed, and or whatever I said. You know how it is when you get on the radio or whatever, you get in front, you really forget everything you're going to say unless you get comfortable and used to speaking. That's what they used to do for us in school. You stand up on the class, you do your speeches and all that. So once I get all that shakiness up out of me, because my vocabulary is limited, once I learn those big words and how to pronounce the words, get a better, more commercial, acceptable speech pattern with my arrangement of words, I feel that I'll be dangerous. And they will use the tax dollars to assassinate, discredit, kill those individuals. Also, that's another thing citizens need to understand. Those are our tax dollars being funneled through a private organization if it applies to assassinate you to stop the powers that be. That's the bottom line. And if I'm talking nonsense, we know who runs the internet. We know who runs the radio stations, the TV airwaves. I'm trying to get 900 billion so we can get our own satellite. Because there are private companies with satellites out there. Get with the private company or put your own satellite out there. Every citizen in America give up $25 every 2 weeks or whatever, we can make that. We have to realize we have to handle our business or stop paying taxes or become the real bosses over these tax-paid servants. Not like a corporation, majority of them run crookedly and unconstitutionally, and they get away with it. Run like a constitutional business. Because we are the bosses. We pay our employees, the taxpayers. The taxpayers pay our employees, the government officials, and or et cetera. Now let me hear, I'm done talking, but let me hear where did they cut me off at? Oh, well, good luck to you. Congratulations. I just told the masses, go on, take up some paralegal classes. Learn how to do them paperwork. And I was going to say some other things. I wasn't going to go to the city council meeting, but I may just go because I don't have no funds. I'm about to put an audio recording out about how DPS played me when I was going to get my transcript so I can go and get that associate degree as a paralegal. I'm going to play the audio recording soon, but there's some things I'm trying to do. I haven't even posted what I want to post because I'm blindsided and overwhelmed with unconstitutional actions and behavior. So what I'm going to do, I won't be able to go back and put that stuff on that I was going to do. I'm just going to keep it moving. I already said it in so many words, but I'll put it in a new regimen of words. So I'm going to hit pause and see what's popping.
So today's date and time is 1:52 p.m. 2/18/2015. I'm going to make this clear. The audio recording about how DPS dissed me when I was getting my transcript, I'm just going to scrap that because it was a beautiful thing that happened when I went there. A beautiful thing. But what happened to me and other kids at Dawson Elementary School, I still have a constitutional vendetta with Mary. Even if it is on me as an individual, because I do recall having a letter sent to me when I was an adult in my early 20s, but I don't recall what it was. But what I'm going to say is, no matter what, because the same individuals are still doing the same thing with their witchery. Like I said,